who was the former finance minister also during the earlier UPA regime. Very good evening, Mr. Chidambaram. Thank you very much for joining us. My first question to you, Mr. Chidambaram. Prime Minister Modi has called this people's budget. BJP and its allies is saying this is one of the best budget that people could have expected in years. As a former finance minister, how do you look at this?
Well, I've made a statement in my press conference. Except determinedly wooing the 3.2 crore tax-paying income tax filers and the Bihar voters, what is there in this budget for the vast majority of the people? What is here for the daily worker, casual labor? What is here for the Maganrega worker? What is there in terms of the non-income tax, but nevertheless tax-paying vast majority of the people? Everybody pays GST. Everybody pays tax when he or she buys petrol or diesel. What is there for these people? There is relief for the income tax paying people. That is 3.2 crore. There are 4 projects announced for Bihar. I'm happy for that. But beyond that, what is there for the vast majority of the people?
Mr. Chidambaram, even Congress has said this is not Bharat's budget, this is Bihar's budget. Essentially, you are also making that point. If we are just sticking to that, now, even the TDP, for that matter, has gone ahead and said this is just Congress with a very Shakuni mindset, with the winds going off their sail. Quite literally, they are very flabbergasted with how the budget has been put across. They are in fact claiming, and this is what the BJP is claiming, this is what Finance Minister actually claimed, that even though the tax rebates have been made, for whatever it is, the revenues are going to only increase. And I had the numbers, I'm trying to find it. I think 1.8 lakh crore revenue to be added is what they are claiming. How do you see all of this add up?
See, whether revenues will increase or not has to wait until the end of the year. For example, last year, they said that the tax revenue to the center will be 25,83,499 crore. But actually they got 25,56,960 crore. So the budget at a glance shows that in 24-25, they did not achieve their revenue target. I'm not saying it has to be repeated next year also, but what is the guarantee that they will achieve the revenue target? So we should not count the chickens before they hatch.
The BJP claim.
I don't want to say one way or other, but just a moment. Going by 24-25 numbers, which says that they have not achieved their tax revenue target. You can go by that only. That is the only evidence available today.
Okay, Mr. Chidambaram, you are saying don't count the chickens before they hatch. BJP is saying it's a Shakuni mindset for the Congress that's very derailed.
I don't know what Shakuni mindset is. We are simply responding to facts. If facts are inconvenient, I can't help it.
Okay, Mr. Chidambaram, I was just looking at your last budget and I was looking at this budget as well. Your last budget, for that matter, had some announcements, whether it was for Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, You also had it for Tamil Nadu, Gujarat. Also, these were also opposition rule states. This budget also, if you look at it, you do have mentions for opposition rule states as well. You do have it for Karnataka. You do have some for Punjab. You do have some for Tamil Nadu as well. Now, I'm trying to understand as a, for a viewer who's watching it, beyond the rhetorics, when the opposition repeatedly says, and leaders like you who have been former finance ministers as well say, that this is an absolute assault on federalism for whatever it is in various forms, including this budget. How do you really explain this to a commoner?
Attribute words to me. After this budget, I have not spoken about federalism. I have not spoken about any other state.
No,
Why are you attributing words to me and
it was the
asking me
Congress.
questions?
It was actually Abhish. No, I did not say. No, Mr. Chidambaram, it's not attributed to you. I'm not quoting you on this. I was quoting, in fact, Abhishek Manu Singhvi said that this is just about an assault on federalism. I'm not quoting you, but I'm trying to understand with the opposition rule states saying that, listen, the opposition rule states are not getting anything. If that is, I mean, with the context of what has been announced today, how do you really explain that? Because TDP here is saying, add up the promises that have been made.
Please listen to
add
the
up all
answer,
the promises that have been made.
madam.
It just goes beyond. Yes, please, go ahead.
Will you please listen to the answer?
Yes, please, go ahead. Yes, please.
I am not obliged or required to comment on the statement of another person. If another person, another responsible leader has made a statement, you please ask him. In fact, you attributed it to me, but I take your word that was a slip of the tongue. But I have not spoken about federalism. All I'm pointing out is that Bihar has been given a special mention. Not once, but 4 times in the budget speech. I'm happy for the people of Bihar. But why do you extrapolate it and say things which I have not said? Please ask a relevant question in terms of my statement at the press conference or what I've written or tweeted.
Sure, Mr. Chidambaram, so when you are saying Bihar has got special references or multiple references, is it in context of other states that have not got similar mentions or should have got, particularly the opposition rule states, is what I'm asking?
I am not saying that the finance minister should mention all the 29 states. But just as she highlighted the projects or announcements with respect to Bihar, she should have also highlighted some other projects or schemes or announcements for other states. I did not hear that. I may be wrong, but I did not hear it while listening to her speech.
Okay, Mr. Chidambaram, my one last question, and this is regarding the capex that has been revised. Is that concerning?
Of course it's concerning. Capital expenditure has been cut by 92,682 crore in this year, 24-25. Capital expenditure has been cut by 92,682 crore. And I have got the sectoral cuts also. If the nearly 1 lakh crore cannot be spent on capital expenditure as envisaged in last year's budget, that speaks poorly of the capacity of this government to implement its programs and schemes.
All right, Mr. Chidambaram, thank you very much for your time and appreciate you joining us on Mirror Now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. And